Another blockbuster weekend calls for another visit with CTV film critic Richard Crouse. Hey, Richard.
Hey, how are you?
Good. We're going to look at 4 movies this week, so I want to jump right into it. The first one's got some Oscar might behind this. We'll talk about that in a sec. This is the latest dino action drama, Jurassic World Rebirth. Here's a clip.
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh, my God. Largest, and boy, they're not happy, Richard. They're not happy dinosaurs.
These are the dinosaurs that were mutated, or as they say in the movie, people didn't want to look at them, like a T-Rex with 6 arms and that kind of. So a team of mercenaries was hired, led by Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali, 2 Oscar winners, to go to this island and extract DNA from 3 of these giant dinosaurs, because I think there is some medicinal use in that DNA, and a big pharmaceutical company wants this DNA material. Trouble is, the dinosaurs don't want them there, so then it just becomes what all these movies are, which is a bunch of good-looking people running around an island being chased by angry dinosaurs. And if you love that, and a lot of people do, this movie came out Wednesday because of the July 4th long weekend in the U.S., and it has already made $55 million. Sure. Some ridiculous amount of money like that. So it is big. It's going to be huge on the weekend. But for me, it kind of felt like I was in a theme park on a roller coaster. And every time I've been on one, I think, wow, this is kind of fun while I'm doing it. I never want to do that. And so that sums up my feelings for Jurassic World Rebirth.
Okay, so a bit like a roller coaster you would rather not have been on, but you did it, you're okay with it, but no need to do it again. All right. This next one is very interesting. This is called 40 Acres, a story about a world running out of food and a black family of Canadian farmers defending their homestead. Here's a look.
Are there any others like us?
There's nobody else out there like us.
Freeman 1, do you copy?
We don't need nothing and nobody.
We know there was a large number of black homesteaders throughout Ontario, of course, in the Maritimes, and then out in Alberta. So this is an interesting group that we don't see reflected in film very often.
No, and this is a different kind of film as well, because it's a post-apocalyptic film. So the world has had a societal collapse. Everything has, gone to heck, and except for this 40 acres that this family, the leaders of which are Danielle Deadwyler and the great Michael Greyeyes, the Indigenous actor. And they have this family, they're raising them on this 40 acres of land, and everything's great, except when people try to break in, like cannibals and all sorts of other interlopers, and then they have to fight back. So that's the dystopian part of it. That is the kind of stuff that you expect. The action sequences are good, like really nice photographed and thrilling, but they weave in historical references here. There's issues of land ownership and cultural preservation woven into the story, so that by the time you get to the end of this, you have what I like about really, really great speculative fiction. You have a what-if premise, what if the world collapsed and people had to survive, but it also has cultural echoes and elements for today. So it's called 40 Acres, and it's in theaters right now. It's good stuff.
Okay. This one could be what folks do even this evening, if they're so inclined. It's streaming on Amazon Prime, bringing together the big acting chops of Idris Elba and John Cena. Okay, here's Heads of State.
UK's Prime Minister, a.k.a. the President of England, Sam Clarke, US President / action movie star Will Derringer, and MI6's top agent, Noel Basset.
Okay, well, this looks like it could be fun.
John Cena and Idris Elba, they play an odd couple. They do not see eye to eye on anything, but when the world needs them, they have to team up to save themselves and save the world. There's some good action sequences in here, but mostly it's just about the chemistry between these 2 actors. It's a bit of fun, called Heads of State, and it's on Amazon Prime tonight.
Okay.
Stay home.
Our final offering, I'm going to go out on a limb here and plant my flag. This stars someone I think is going to become a household name. This is Eva Victor, who also wrote and directed this comedy called Sorry Baby.
Do you miss me, even though you're married?
So grown up.
It's so grown up.
School was like, oh, grad school was, oh.
I like it here, though.
Richard, this is a comedy, but it's about trauma, right?
It is. So this is equal parts heartbreaking and heartwarming. Eva Victor, who, as you said, stars, directs, and wrote this, stars as a woman who has had a severe trauma in her life. And we learn about the trauma. We learn about how she is trying to make a life for herself afterwards. And it sounds really heavy, but it's really funny. And it's also very smart, and there are some very, very touching moments, particularly the one that we're seeing right here on screen. It's a really lovely movie that benefits, again, from the great chemistry between Eva Victor, who's fantastic, and Naomi Ackie, who plays her best friend. This is a good little movie, particularly for a debut director who also wrote and directed and starred and everything. So it's called Sorry Baby, and it's in theaters right now.
From A24 Studios, they do some really interesting things. Yeah. Okay. Finally, Michael Madsen passed away. Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs actor. His Hollywood persona and his real life personality didn't quite jive. And you met him, and you wrote about this recently.
Yeah, so you can find it on my website, richardcrouse.ca, or on my socials. And it's the story about meeting him in Los Angeles to interview him for the movie Kill Bill. And I was only aware of him through these tough guy movie roles that he had played, like in Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs, which is one of the best scenes in that movie, but one of the grimmest as well. And so I wasn't really sure what to expect. I had my guard up a little bit when I went in the room, and he turned out to be lovely. He was eloquent, he was smart, he was funny, he was warm. He told me about a book of poetry he was writing. He was not like the tough guy that I'd seen on screen, which makes me even think that he's a greater actor than even I thought he was. So we lost him at age 67 this week, and it's a shame. But he leaves behind Virginia Madsen, his sister, who's also a very talented actor.
That's right. Yeah, it's interesting. Those complex individuals make for really interesting stories, and so often we don't get to see behind the Hollywood persona. Richard, thank you very much for all of that. We will see you soon. Happy viewing.
Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
And we'll be right back after this.